Without a doubt, Matt Gaetz is arguably the most controversial, besides RFK Jr., of Donald Trump's new cabinet. Let me explain to you what is about to happen. I have found something in the Constitution that is a game changer. And you need to be aware of it so that when it happens, you will have already been well educated by Professor Toto of the Conservative College. So, when Donald Trump nominated Matt Gaetz, how many of you said to yourself, it'll never happen? The Senate will never approve. We have such a slim majority. And if you just get Susan Collins and a few others, it will never get confirmed. Now, remember, Donald Trump was elected to do one thing: bring change. You can't complain about change when change comes. Change is here. Change is now. Big time. Matt Gaetz, explosive. It is driving them insane. So, did Donald Trump not give a care when he appointed Matt Gaetz about the Senate? There is a reason that Donald Trump is not afraid, and he knows he's going to get Matt Gaetz appointed. And I'm going to show you his workaround before it happens. Okay? I'm going to show you a section of our Constitution. Before I read this to you, and before we take it apart, let me explain something to you so that you understand. By the way, you need to share this. I'm fixing to show you what Donald Trump's going to do. Our Constitution gives the president limited authority to make appointments when Congress is not in session. If Congress is not in session, then he can make limited appointments if he needs to. But there is another power that the president has that very few people's unaware of. But the whole world's fixing to be very aware of it. Okay? The president also has the power, let me read that power to you so that you can see it with your own eyes. Not just to make appointments when Congress is not in session, but let's read it. He shall from time to time, this is Article 2, Section 3. You want to share this quickly. Give the Congress information of the state of the Union and recommend to their consideration such measures as he shall judge necessary and expedient. He may, on extraordinary occasions, convene both houses or either of them. And if there's a disagreement between the two houses, everyone pay attention, with respect to adjournment, he may adjourn them to such time as he shall think proper. Okay, what does that tell us? The president not only has the power to appoint Matt Gaetz when Congress is not in session, but he also has the power to shut Congress and Senate down and move them out of session. All right? Now, to do that, he will need the House to cooperate. That's why it is a miracle that we got the House, because he's going to need the House to fight the Senate. And he's got a man there that will make it happen, Mike Johnson. Okay? Now, the Senate does not like Matt Gaetz, but there's enough of them there to make it happen. But if they will not do it, here is what Donald Trump will do. He will call the House together. He will get them to adjourn. And if the Senate says, Rhino Thune, if he says, no, we're not adjourning, the president has the power to adjourn the Senate. All he needs is Mike Johnson to go along with him. If Mike Johnson adjourns the House and the Senate disagrees, Trump can adjourn the Senate and make his appointment, and he will not need any cooperation from the Senate. Now, the Supreme Court has already ruled on this power in 2014 in a case NLRB versus Canning. It says plainly, presidents do have the power to make recess appointments. And then Justice Stephen Breyer joined them and said the Constitution gives the president, if he has the allies in Congress, a way to force a recess. Now, that was just ruled by the Supreme Court in 2014. So let's say that the Supreme Court under Rhino Thune does not want to go into recess. They want to advise and consent and stop the Matt Gaetz appointment. Well, as long as Trump can get Mike Johnson on board and the House agrees to adjourn, and the Senate does not, Trump will shut down the Senate for as long, the Constitution says, as he deems necessary. And this is what he meant, ladies and gentlemen, when he said he would be a dictator on day one only. He's going to get the cabinet he wants. You know why? That's what we elected him to do. Bring change. So this is where we are. This is what's about to happen. This is what's about to happen. Donald Trump will get his cabinet, every one of them. He will shut the Senate down. Now, here is what we hope would happen. Thune gets the threat from Donald Trump, I'm going to shut you down. And Thune gets in line and gives him Matt Gaetz. So, anyway, there you go, everybody. Remember where you heard it before you hear it. Tomorrow's News Today. Professor Toto signing off. And now you know